Well, the weekend is coming to a close, but that means we do not end things here. However, if you guys are big fans of the Yoshi wrestling scene, as always, you guys are in the right channel. So today, we're going to be doing three reviews from three different promotions. The first one is from Marvelous for the Ai Houzan's 4th anniversary. That's right, folks. AI actually has an anniversary show, so she'll be in the main event taking on Sendai Girl's very own Mika Iwata. And then we move on with SEAdLINNG with the Kawasaki Pro Wrestling Festival featuring the main event, a steel cage match for the Beyond the Sea Championship. Veni defends her belt against veteran Yumiko Hota. The real question is, will the veteran prevail or will Veni's reign continues? That is a very good question to think about. And then finally, Tokyo Pro Wrestling much recent event with Spring Tour 2025 in Yokohama. So that's going to be a lot of fun to take a look. Nothing too special, but however, I think battle lines are being drawn for the next upcoming event for Tokyo Pro Wrestling in the near future. And as always, we will cap up our episode with some news updates to give you guys updates on what's been happening in the world of pro wrestling, such as what events the promotions are throwing out, who's booked, what matches are set, including developments that are happening in the world of pro wrestling as we speak. So, let's get ready for another episode of the Deleted Wrestle Zone.
Are you ready? Get up, get up! 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 Get up, get up!
Hey everyone, welcome to the Deleted Wrestle Zone, all things that is pro wrestling with AEW, NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling, TNA, the National Wrestling Alliance, various promotions, wrestlers, matches, and championships. I am your host, J-Rod here. So, if you are new to the channel, welcome. This is a channel where we do a lot of pro wrestling reviews from various promotions, not only here in the United States, but also in Japan, Mexico, Canada, Europe, the UK. Anywhere in the world pro wrestling is not as big, but it continues to grow. We also, of course, do discussion videos, talk about various topics such as the wrestlers themselves, the promotions, factions, storylines, whatever we want to talk about. We also, of course, do more news updates. If certain information was unable to be on this episode, we can either put it on the next one or on a separate video by itself. We also, of course, do real-timing news updates to keep you guys on alert if something has happened in the world of wrestling that needs to be addressed ASAP. We also, of course, got the Unagi Sayaka Watch and various other cool wrestling content as well. So if you like what you see, please subscribe to us or click on that subscribe button. You'll be getting a lot of daily reviews and other cool wrestling content as well. But if you like this episode, please give us a like on the like button or nice comments in the description down below. Now, all pleasantries aside, I believe it's time to get this down to business. So as I said before, it's all about Yoshi Wrestling if you guys are big fans of that. So let's begin with our very first review, and this one is from Marvelous. Okay, Marvelous, Ai Houzan's 4th anniversary show. This took place recently on the 16th of March. Now, I could not determine any information where the event took place, but I can tell you, if you guys don't know who Ai Houzan is, she's a bit of a young wrestler who has a hot temper, but she has grown significantly in the last couple years, you know. She did pick up a very fantastic win, but however, she will be in the main event to be tested against one of Sendai Girl's top girls, and that is, of course, Mika Iwata. But we'll get to that. So, as always, let's begin with our first match. Our first match, we have tag team action. We have the rookie Senka Akatsuki teaming up with Riko Kawahara. They take on Yurika Oka and Atsuki Aoki. Now, of course, some of you already can guess by this match how this was going to turn out because the X factor of this match is none other than Akatsuki because she is the least experienced member. Now, she has tried multiple occasions throughout the much of near the end of this match. She tried to pick up a pinfall on Oka, but it was not enough until Oka applied like a twisty frog splash or something onto her, and just like that, uno, dos, tres, se acabó. Just like that. Our next match is a only males exhibition match. We have Yu Shimizu versus Marvelous's very own Leo Aisaka. Now, most times we have seen Leo, he has picked up some good wins here and there, but I don't know much about this guy, Yui Shimizu. But wasn't too much, into the whole thing. But Leo was able to pick up the win when he applied a Hurricanrana onto him, and just like that, it was over. Shimizu was like in disbelief, like beside himself, that he couldn't believe that he lost in this fashion. I mean, sometimes you expect the unexpected, and that's how it was. So basically, when Leo applied the Hurricanrana, then 1, 2, 3, it's over. Now, during this time, they introduced a brand new rookie wrestler. I don't know who she is, but it seems that this rookie wrestler is getting ready to make her debut just yet, so we'll see what happens. But as of right now, let's move on with our next match. Our next match, we have a three-way. We have Maria versus Chikayo Nagashima versus the Ace of Marvelous and the current AEW champion, Takumi Iroha. Now, Maria, as you probably know, she was like a snotty little brat from the very beginning. However, she has grown significantly, not only because she teamed up with Rika Kawahara, but she allowed herself to grow significantly as well. And now we're going to see a bit more of her as a singles competitor. Now, don't worry, she and Rika Kawahara will be teaming up now and then if another opportunity rises for them to challenge for tag team gold, either in Sendai Girls or other locations, if it's possible. But, however, you ask yourselves, what about the other competitors? You look at Shikayo Nagashima, bit of a veteran. She most likely could win the match, much like Takumi Iraha, who also is, as I said before, she's the ace. But unfortunately, this match ended with Nagashima applying a brainbuster onto Maria, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it is done. Now for our main event, we have Ai Houzan taking on Mika Iwata. Now, Ai Houzan may not have the same kind of experience as Mika Iwata, but Mika Iwata is in excellent shape. She has some deadly kicks, especially when it comes to the buzzsaw kicks. So the real question is, how will Ai Houzan deal with it? I don't know. I mean, she is tough as nails, you probably can guess, but nothing stops her until she finally gets to win. But unfortunately, her body gave out, and just like that, Mika Iwata applied a somewhat of a driver onto her, and then, bam, just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. Now, I don't know what Mika Iwata said to her during the post-match promo, but I'm sure she gives her some props that she had a lot of guts to stand up to her. But that's only my assumption, since, of course, some of the Japanese wrestling promotions do not have English commentary. But that's how it is. But as of right now, we are done with this one. Let's move on with our next one, and that is, of course, with SEAdLINNG. SEAdLINNG Kawasaki Pro Wrestling Festival. This took place recently on the 20th of March at the Colts Kawasaki. Hopefully I pronounced it right. If not, it's over. So let's begin with our first match. We have this new girl who is a rookie named Fuki Funa, Yuki Funa, actually. She takes on Miyuki Takase. Now, I don't need to explain much about how you think this will turn out, but however, you probably can guess right from the get go that this match will go to Miyuki Takase due to her experience as a pro wrestler. But when it comes to rookies like Funa, she most likely will lose, and that's exactly what happened. The way it ended is when Miyuki applied a guillotine leg drop, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. Now, our next match, coming all the way from Sendai Girls, we have Yuna taking on, of course, the very homegrown girl, uh, Miria Koga. Now, of course, you probably would guess by just thinking of this match by viewing that since Miria Koga is, in fact, a homegrown girl from SEAdLINNG, most likely she could win. Now, keep in mind, guys, we have seen instances where some of the homegrown girls were, of course, lose the match to the outsiders of the promotions. That includes, of course, Yuna. But, however, somehow, someway, Koga refuses to stay down no matter what. And she applied a German suplex onto Yuna. And just like that, 1, 2, 3, it's over. Our next match is our only males exhibition tag team match. We have Sugi and Kuma Arashima. Oh! Yep, I love doing that when he's around. They face against Kutsuki Goto and Masato Tanaka. Now, I don't know how this was going to turn out because I am familiarized with 3 out of 4 competitors in this match. I don't know much about Kutsuki Goto. I seen Sugi before. I mean, the first time I saw him was back a couple years ago when he teamed up with Kenzo Suzuki during AAA. And then, of course, Kuma Arashima. I've seen him a bunch of times in All Japan. And Masato Tanaka, well, you know who he is. His reputation precedes him. So that's the sort of thing. But I wasn't too sure where this is going to end up. But this match ended with, of course, Sugi applying a springboard 450 onto Goto. And just like that, 1, 2, 3, it's over, baby. Now, our next match is a high-speed tag team match. You're probably wondering, what does that mean? Basically, the match has to end in a high speed. Basically, the referee has to count it and count of 3 faster, like 1, 2, 3, just like that. The kind of thing that, of course, referees are trying not to do, unless if you're working with the heels who are trying to find ways for a 3 count. However, this is a feud now becoming between La Querida and La Pedida taking on Natsudita, and of course her tag partner, who we don't know who it was. It turned out to be Yamashita. So basically, reason this happened is because on a few occasions it ended with, of course, Natsudita accidentally whacking La Caquerita with a plastic trumpet. So basically, that's what happened. Now, of course, Lapida tried to play peacemaker with Caquerita many times, try to tell to control herself. But however, things were not going accordingly to their plan. However, Natsurita was able to walk away with the win when she whacked Caquerita with the horn, and then of course put Caquerita in the schoolboy, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. Now, I don't know what she said in the promo, but I'm sure she got a bit of satisfied how this match ended between those two. But the real question is, will there be peace between both Kakerita and Natsurita? Well, I don't know. That's a very good question. So we'll see what happens. Now, our next match, we have Honori Hana, who is also a rookie, but she just made her debut not too long ago. She faces against someone who's been well known to assess wrestlers in the last couple of years, and we're talking about the resident eel in the Joshi wrestling scene. We're talking about Unagi Sayaka. So you probably can guess how this was going to go around no matter what. Now, of course, Unagi was going to win this one one or the other because she faces against a rookie. Now, you probably ask yourself how this is going to turn out. Well, Unagi applied a flatliner, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. But however, she gave some words of encouragement to Honori. I don't know what she said, and I don't know what Honori said to her, but it seems like they embraced each other. Of course, I'm not sure if Unagi will take her under her wing. That's something I'm not sure, but it most likely could happen at some point. But we'll see what happens. Now, our semi-main event is an 8-woman tag match. Team number 1, we have Miku Kane from, of course, T-Hearts. We have Mizuki Kato from Diana. Then we have Misa Kagura from GTO. And, of course, many of you seen her on various promotions throughout Japan. They take on Makoto and Nagiza Nozaki And then, of course, the current SEAdLINNNG Tag Team Champions, Isuki Aoki and Ayame Sazamura. So basically, you can guess this is going to be a very interesting matchup. However, this match ended in a very interesting, peculiar way. It ended with, of course, Misa Kagura applying a lariat on Aoki. Oh no, on Ayame, my bad. On Ayame, and just like that, 1, 2, 3 is over. Now, as I said before, when it comes to a tag team when a match with competitors involving as a champion, well, Misa Kagura said some things to, of course, to her opponents that she defeated. I wouldn't be surprised that if she would challenge for the Beyond the Sea tag team belts. But the real question is, who will be her tag partner? I mean, she's friends with various people, and amongst them is, of course, well, one of them is Sumika Yanagawa from GTO as well, and also with what's her name, with Unagi. So I wouldn't be surprised if she teams up with her, but only time will tell. So that's pretty much what I think is gonna happen. So we might see another championship match down the road. Now our next match, which is our main event, is the Beyond the Sea Championship in a steel cage match. We have veteran Yumiko Ota from T Hearts taking on Veni for the championship. Now, of course, there's only three ways this match ends, either by submission, pinfall, or escape the cage. Now, I don't think it matters how this match was going to go, but however, you can guess how this match was going to be, or they're going to try to beat the crap out of each other, use the steel cage as a weapon to make each other bleed. That's exactly what happened. But however, Benny was the one who was able to escape the cage after a long, gruesome battle with Oda, and just like that, she was able to walk away with the win and retain the belt. Now, I don't know what Oda said after she won, but I'm sure she is determined to pull through no matter what. So we'll see what happens in the next SEAdLINNNG event. But as of right now, we are done with SEAdLINNNG. Let's move on with our last and final review, and that is, of course, Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. Okay, so let's do our last review, and this is, of course, Tokyo Pro Wrestling with the Spring Tour 2025 in Yokohama. This is their much recent event that took place on the 22nd of March at the Yokohama Radiant Hall. Now, as always, we have the opening Sayuri Namba, as always, announcing greetings and giving the info to the guests. And of course, we had our current champions, Suzumi, who is our current International Princess Champion, and Raku, our current setup All Asian Women Champion. Now, I don't know what they said, to be honest with you, but I'm sure that they're excited for their upcoming challenges when it comes to defending their belts. So we'll see what happens down the road for them. Now, as always, we see the Up Girls do their usual performance. I don't know what's the name of their song, just to be honest with you, because I only recognize a few, like Up Kicker and one other one, but we'll see. Now, our first match, we have singles action. We have Ivy Steele taking on the apologetic Mahiro Kiru. So you probably can guess this match was going to end with Kiru because, as you probably know, she has far more better experience than Ivy Steele, but she was able to pick up the win when she applied a spine buster, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, adios. Next up, we have a three-way match. We have Imawari versus Aruna Neko versus Rika Tatsumi. So anything could happen in three ways. I mean, the one thing I do know that Rika Tatsumi has far more berry experience than everyone else. But the real question is, how would she pick up the win? Well, she was able to pick up a win when she applied a schoolboy onto both Imawari and Haruna Neko at the same time. And just like that, 1, 2, 3, it is over. Now, our next match, we have tag team action. We have Chika Nanase teaming up with Yoshiko Hasegawa. They take on Pama Juku and the current setup all women's champion Raku. So you probably can guess that this match, in either way, that either Hasegawa or Nanase pick up a win on Raku for a shot of the belt. However, that did not come into fruition for either of them because Raku walked away with the win when she applied Dr. Yellow onto on Ananaze, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it's over. Next up, we have Toga and Aru Kazushiro taking on Wakana Uhara and Yuki Kamifuku. Now, it's interesting to see, of course, Yuki Kamifuku team up more often with Wakana uh, Uhara many times now, and it feels like they're becoming a much stronger tag team. I mean, she has teamed up in the past with Mahiro Kiru many times, calling themselves the Toyo mates, but they never had that same kind of chemistry they needed to elevate themselves. But it seems now that Wakana and Yuki have found the rhythm, and that's exactly what happened. Because it was Wakana who was able to pick up the win when she applied the banana pillow onto Toga, and of course Toga had no choice but to tap. Next up, we have Maki Ito teaming up with Mifu Ashida to take on, of course, the former tag team champions, Arisu Endo and Suzumi. Now, don't forget, Suzumi is the current International Princess Champion. So, either way, anybody can challenge for that belt no matter what. We know that Maki Ito has won that belt once before. I wouldn't be surprised if she makes that decision for that. But of course, we all know when it comes to Arisu Endo and Suzumi, they are a cohesion team. They can trust each other. They know what they're going to think. But it was, of course, Daisy Monkey that walked away with the win with the help of Suzumi doing the ring the bell onto Ashida. And just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. Now, next up, we have the Up girls, Ura Takumi and Miyu Watanabe. They take on the current Princess Tag Team Champions, Hyper Misao and Shoko Nakajima. Of course, we're going to see some interesting moments. Now, of course, when it comes to Miyu Watanabe, we cannot deny her strength, her resiliency, what she does. Ura Takumi, well, she's still a child, but her childish ways always been a big help. But you cannot deny the fact that Hyper Misao, the resident superhero, will try to find ways to cut corners, by using her cape, using cold spray, whatever. But however, it was Shoko Nakajima with the Northern Lights suplex onto Ura, and just like that, 1, 2, 3 is over. However, during the post-match promo, it seems now that the current tag team champions, Masao and Nakajima, well, they have new challengers, and that is, of course, Wakana Uhara and Yuki Kamifuku. So, it seems now some battle lines have been drawn for a title match. So the real question is, when is it going to happen? I will stay close to this. Never mind. I actually remember they actually made this announcement, and now it's still I think it's still unconfirmed yet, but most likely this could happen during Las Vegas. So we'll see what happens till then. Now, our main event, we have a 6-woman tag match. We have Shino Suzuki, Moka Miyamoto, and Yuki Aino. They take on Kaya Toribami, the Pink Striker, Miyu Yamashita, and of course the current Princess champion Mizuki. So of course there will be some interesting factors of this match. I mean, you look at Mizuki, the top champion as we speak, Miyu Yamashita, who has been the champion countless times, Kaya Toribami, not yet in the big leagues just yet for her like everybody else, but she's getting there. And then you look at the opposing team, Yuki Aino, former tag champion, along with her sister, but she hasn't reached the level where we want to see her reach the potential as a singles competitor. You look at Moka Miyamoto, she has grown so much, but she's not yet there. Shino Suzuki, not yet there either. But however, this match ended with Yamashita applying the skull kicker onto Suzuki, and just like that, 1, 2, 3, it was over. Now, during the post-match promo, I don't know what happened, but it seems that Mizuki was talking to Miyu Yamashita. I did learn that, of course, before I even watched this, that Mizuki will defend her Princess of Princess Championship against Miyu Yamashita. So the real question is, can she handle someone like her? So we'll just have to see and wait what's going to happen. So if anything new happens, I'll let you guys know. Now, that match will most likely happen in Las Vegas, so we'll just wait and see. But as of right now, we are officially done with all the reviews. Let's move on with some news updates. Okay, So welcome to our news updates, as always. So let's begin with upcoming events, beginning with GCW stuff. Now, as you know, we have some announcements for the Las Vegas shows they will be doing. The first one is, of course, Bloodsport 13 that will happen on the 17th of April. They just announced that WWE's NXT's very own Carmen Petrovic will be involved. Now, there's the Joey Janela Spring Break 9 taking place on the 18th of April. The Jersey Championship World title will be defended. Masha Slamovich will defend her belt against Stardom's very own Zuzu Suzuki. Now, they also announced that Zack Sabre Jr. will take on one called Manders on that very date. Now, of course, Joey Janela does have another show called the Clusterfuck that will take place on the 19th of April in Las Vegas. 4 names have announced, and I may repeat her name once again. Unagi Sayaka has been announced for this. Super Crazy, Jai Vidal, and a guy I don't know, Nasty Leroy. And then, of course, on the following month in May for the 17th in Maryland, they have Big Time. They announced Miyu Yamashita will take on the biggest a-hole, Tony Deppen. Now for some West Coast Pro updates here. Now, as you know, they have an event coming up in Las Vegas as well called Vegas Vacation. 2 announcements have been made. The West Coast Pro Championship will be defended. Kevin Blackwood defends his belt against Heavyweight Hustle Calvin Tankman. And then, of course, we have the tag team titles defended as well. Crush Boys, Titus Alexander and Starboy Charlie defend their tag team belts against One Call Manders and Shire. And then finally, their last update with West Coast Pro, we have when the lights go down in the city, they'll take place on the 30th of May. They announced Adam Priest will be participating. Now, for some other stuff from the upcoming events, as you know, we have April 5th for the Battle Riot 7, I believe. Anthony Green, many of you remember him when he was in NXT and he made some stuff in Noah. He enters the Battle Riot. Prestige Wrestling has announced another a title match that will be taking place at Roseland 11 on the 12th of April. The superhero group known as Ultra Powers take on the Midnight Heat, former tag champions, I believe. Now, many of you may not have heard of this promotion just now. This is a promotion based out of Manila in the Philippines. First time ever making their presence known. This will happen on the 18th of May. 2 New Japan talent will be appearing, and that is, of course, the former IWGP World Champion Zack Sabre Jr. will be making his presence known, and the current New Japan World Television Champion El Phantasmo will be making his presence too. Now, as you all know, a promotion based out of here in San Diego, California. They'll have their upcoming event, a 2-day show here in San Diego, and the other one, LA. However, a match has been announced for their San Diego event on the 7th of June. And then we have Viperous teaming up with Benny. They take on Nagisa Nozaki and, of course, our current Kitsune World Champion, Yuna Manaze. So that's going to be interesting to see. Now let's move on to our developments. We have 2 of them. The first one, I don't know how you guys would feel, but this guy named Adam Levine has said this. Now, I know some of you are going to say BS, no way, F this a-hole, that sort of thing, And you guys have a right to opinion because I'm just giving you guys what this guy said. This is what he said. AEW Revolution was insane. Even better than WWE. Now, I know some of you are going to say, screw that guy, all this other stuff. But however, I mean, yes, we have seen some good moments with AEW from time to time, but anything could happen. So we'll see what happens. Now, finally, as you know, WWE will be doing a European tryout to recruit new talent, and 3 names have been announced by Fightful Select. The first one is current Progress Wrestling World Champion Luke Jacobs has been announced. Former Progress Wrestling Women's Champion Riho will also be participating, and then of course a guy named Golden Boy Santos. So these guys will be participating, of course, in the upcoming WWE tryouts in Europe. So we will see what happens until then. So we'll stay tuned on. I'm sure that Fightful Select will inform us if more names have been announced for the upcoming tryouts. So we'll see what happens. So as of right now, we are officially done, and let's just call it a day. Okay, well, I hope everybody enjoys this episode. Coming up, I'm considering making the next episode all about the German promotion WXW. As you probably know, they had this 3-day event called the 16 Karat Gold. It's a tournament who will determine the challenge for the world title. Many wrestlers have taken place. I been waiting for the right moment to do this, so this is going to happen. Now, as for the AEW Collision, as you know, things did not go according to plan. I will do that on a separate video. So I don't know when that will happen, but I'll let you guys know it's when it happens, or just upload it as soon as possible. So we'll see about that. But as of right now, we are officially done, and I'll say this: that I'll see you guys in the next DWZ time, same DWZ channel. I must bid all of you adieu. So goodbye, and have a nice day. Bang.